Hello everyone and welcome to Train Sim World 4. In this video, I'll be showing how to complete the scenario International Rescue. My papa came across a conversation on Steam about this route and not being able to complete the scenario. With the OBB or the OOD, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I'm no expert. Pilot your train to help out with a stranded unit across the border. So let's just get into the route. International Rescue. Welcome to Wolfert's. A train is stuck in Lindau and the brains at dispatch are sending us to help. Okay, let's get in the train and get a move on. Now, there are no buttons to close the doors. You just kind of gotta let them close on their own. All right, so set the master switch to active. Reverser to forward. Insert the train brake handle and set that to drive. In case you're wondering how I'm doing it, I am using, my father did purchase a rail driver, and that's what I'm using to, like when it said set it to forward and all that. So wait for the signal to clear. Meantime, we'll set up the rest of the train. So we'll turn on our signal lights. Instrument lights go on. Dimmer goes up. Okay. We'll just check really quick to make sure that they are on. Yes, indeedy doodle. Okay. Bring up the brightness on this. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Alright. So we wait for the signal to clear because there is another train coming down, as you can see. But I also want to add, now that we have the train set up and we're just waiting, you are going to have to keep an eye on the screen here. Because there will be some information on here that pops up in case, you do have an issue. But I'll explain that when we get there. Okay, signal's clear and we can get moving. So from this point on, there really isn't much else to do except just watch your speed. And when we do get to the point of where you might run into some issues, I'll explain all that. But as of right now, your next task, I guess, would be to stop at the indicated location. And I'll be back when I get to the point where some people may have issues continuing and completing the scenario. Okay, so at this point, we are, as you can see in the top left corner, right up here, we are just shy of 4 kilometers away from our stopping location. But this is what I wanted to explain. Now, if you don't know what this is, you can get tripped up on it very easily. Now, what each of these signs means, and I know this because I helped my father with a video not that long ago that took quite some time to edit because we were having nothing but issues with it, but that's another story for another day. These 3 signs are for a section in the catenary called a neutral section, which is basically just for maintenance of the catenary and for the safety of the train, its electronics, and all that jazz. We do go through, well, my father actually goes through the nuances of it, if you will, in a video that will be linked in the description below if you want to take a look at that, just to have a better understanding of what the MCB and the neutral section is all about. So these three signs are for that, and in order they are prepare to open the MCB, then you have open the MCB, and then close. It all happens very quickly, especially if you're going at what is the indicated speed, which is 100 kilometers per hour. It all happens very quickly, and it's very easy to miss, which is why I say you can also keep an eye on this screen here, because when I first ran the route, just to get an idea of what was happening, I noticed on the screen, oops, wrong button, right over here where you see these two letters KN with a red line through it, which is because the train has, it has its brakes on. It's not moving. That's why that's there. But in this area was the sign, the third sign, which is to close the MCB, which gives you the ability to continue moving. Because essentially, I won't say it's like shutting down the train when you open the MCB, but you no longer have the ability to accelerate. You no longer have the ability to accelerate when the MCB is open. So I'm going to give this some power. We're going to move at a pretty slow speed just so you can see what's happening. So this is prepare to open. Now you can use the keyboard shortcut Control P to open it, and then Control up arrow P to close it. Or if you're using a rail driver, it's the third button in from the left. But I'm going to use the keyboard. So that was prepare to open. So we're going to get ready to open. So that's open. And then close. Now we can accelerate. We're moving up. There you go. So when you come across the neutral section, you have to make sure that you open and close the MCB at the proper time so that you can keep moving and you can continue to accelerate. Otherwise, if you do miss it, there will be a little sign right here with the close MCB signal. So if at any point you notice that you're no longer accelerating, you can't move anywhere, just close your MCB and you'll be right as rain and you can continue on your journey. That's that. I'd like to say it's as simple as that, but it's not really, because I wasn't paying attention. It's going through the manual multiple times. It's not anywhere in the manual for the train or the game as a whole. So I can understand how it's a little bit frustrating and confusing, especially because, like I mentioned previously, helping my father with the video he has posted about the MCB and the catenary and all that stuff, on the neutral zone. We had to do a lot of searching, a lot of looking to figure out what the what the neutral zone actually is, what it does, what's its purpose, and how do you recover from, a stop when you don't actually know what the issue is. Yeah. Oops. I didn't mean to put that into emergency, but I guess that works. There we go. So, now we couple up to the stranded unit and get ready to head back. Okay. Where's the stranded unit? Okay. Contact the signaler to access the stuck unit. So, at that, proceed at restricted speed. Okay. So we're just going to finish out the route. But this is the one issue some who are new to TSW4 might have with this route. And it was a simple, again, I'd like to say super simple, but just close the MCB, make sure make sure the MCB is closed, and you should be able to move on. Okay. You gotta slow on down to 50. And there's the train, so gotta start coming to a stop. I threw it into emergency because I couldn't see what was happening. Okay. Nice and easy. Ooh. Might have been a little too hard. Okay. Set the reverser to off. Okay. Set the master switch to off. There we go. Hitting the wrong button. Set the signal lights to off. There we go. Oh. There we go. And set the train brake to hold. And remove the handle. Okay, so to insert and remove, I was clicking in the wrong place. I was clicking up here. Like I said, I'm new to this. I haven't played this a whole lot, so that's my fault. But to insert it and take it out, you just have to click on the base, if you will, right around here. Click on it to insert it and remove it. Okay. Anyways, moving on. So now we have to change ends. So we get out of here. And fairly certain we should just be able to walk all the way through. Yep. Okay. So now we're in the opposite end. Okay. So put the master switch to active. Insert the brake handle. And set the brake to drive. Okay, turn on the headlights. You're just basically going through the whole setup procedure again, like we did in the beginning. And apply power. Okay, so at this point, I don't believe we're heading back to where we came from, but we're going to Wolfert Yard 1-13. 13 seems to be cropping up quite a bit in my life as of late. And that's 11 kilometers away. Okay, so at this point, we're just going to get back to, but get to where we need to be. Get to our next stop location. And that should be the end. We're also back to the neutral zone here, so I'm going to show you this way too. We're going to open the MCB. And that last sign was closed, but we're going to wait a couple more seconds. And you can actually see the signs down here as well. That's because the MCB is open, and then we can close it. And we can accelerate. So anytime the MCB is open, if for any reason, if you go past that and because it will automatically open up even if you don't do it, you're going to see it down here. And if you're wondering why can't I accelerate, it's because your MCB is open, and all you got to do is close it, and you can go on your merry way. Okay. Now we're coming up to our last stop here. Oops. And we smacked into the bump stop. Fab job today. Let's see how you did. Okay. Not too bad. But we got the platinum medal, as is the new medal in Train Sim World 4. But yeah. So that's how you get through this route. That's how you get, if you come to a stop, you're not entirely sure why, that's most likely why you hit the neutral zone without realizing it. And it comes up very quickly, so that's why, the first time you play this route, take note of it, because, as I understand it, this is new to TSW4. As far as I know, this was never a thing. Now, this may be on more than one of the German train routes, but again, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's how you get moving after you come to a stop after hitting the neutral zone without really realizing it. Again, like I stated previously, I'd like to say it's super simple, but because it's not in the guides or the manuals, that's what I can think of. There is a lot more research that needs to be done if you're not familiar with the neutral zone and the catenary and all that great fun stuff. But I hope this was helpful. I hope this helps out anybody who has the same issue. If you did, please be sure to give this video a big ol' thumbs up. It always lets me know that I'm doing something right. If you think I could have done something better, or liked what I did, or think I could have done something differently, please be sure to leave it in the comments section below. Constructive criticism is always very, very helpful. And be sure to share and subscribe so you know when I post another video. But now that that's all said and done, I thank you for making it this far if you did. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.